Every year on October 31st, millions of people carve pumpkins, dress in costumes, and roam the streets for candy. And I feel like a holiday like that deserves a flag. And because I'm not a creative person, I'm gonna base it off of its history. But before I design the flag, let me give you a quick history lesson. Our journey begins over 2,000 years ago in ancient Ireland, Scotland, and northern France. The Celtic people celebrated a festival called Samhain, marking the end of the harvest and the start of the winter, a season connected with darkness and death. People were very pessimistic back then. They believed that on the night of October 31st, the boundary between the living and the dead weakened, so spirits could cross over. So people lit huge bonfires and wore animal skin costume to hide from wandering ghosts. They even left food outside their homes to please spirits and keep them from causing harm. These traditions gave Halloween many of its supernatural themes, from costumes to connection with the dead. Centuries later, Christianity spread across Europe, aka Rome happened. In the 8th century, Pope Gregory III moved All Saints' Day from sometime in May to November 1st, followed by All Souls' Day on November 2nd. These holidays honored saints and the dead, blended with Samhain traditions. October 31st became All Hallows' Eve, which eventually became Halloween. During the medieval times, people practiced souling. Basically, the poor went door to door praying for their dead in exchange for soul cakes. Sound familiar? This is one of the earliest forms of trick-or-treating. It's where the whole idea comes from. Fast forward the clock and the Soul Nations from 13 colonies was created. But Halloween didn't take root in America right away. Early Puritan settlers rejected it, but Irish and Scottish immigrants in the 1800s brought their traditions along, especially after the Irish potato famine. For context, and also for the flag later on, the potato famine was basically where a plant disease named potato blight killed most of the potato crops in Ireland. Poor people who solely rely on potatoes for food died left, right, and center. And Ireland, being the British colony at the time, and the British being the British, did fuck all. So the Irish people that survived said, fuck this place, let's go to the land of the free. Anyway, one tradition they brought from across the pond was they carved lanterns from turnips to ward off spirits. But pumpkins were bigger and easier to carve in America, and that's how jack-o'-lanterns were born. By the 1920s and the 1930s, aka in between both wars, Halloween shifted from spooky chaos to a community celebration with parties and parades. After World War II, with sugar no longer being rationed because of the war, trick-or-treating exploded in popularity, becoming a beloved children's activity. In the late 20th century, horror films like Halloween brought back the eerie energy, giving adults a reason to celebrate as well. And today, Halloween is a global tradition with billions spent on costumes, candy, haunted houses, and decorations. Though it has transformed over thousands of years, Halloween still carries echoes of its past, like costumes disguise us from spirits, jack-o'-lanterns protected us from darkness, candy and visiting homes reflect souling, and the celebration still honors the changing seasons and our curiosity about the world beyond life. And Halloween remains the night where the worlds of the living and the dead feel just a little closer. And now I'm attempting to fit all of that on a flag. God help me. And usually this will be the part where I talk about the design process a bit and what was going through my head. But because I have nothing else to say than the flag looked like Pornhub at first, I'm just gonna roll a 30-second designing montage, and I'll catch up with you after that with the meanings and symbolism of the flag. Are you ready to see the flag? Of course you are. Here it is. Beautiful, isn't it? Right, let's get on with the meanings of the flag. Starting with the orange and black that made me think of a certain website, those are the colors me and probably you think of when we think of Halloween. But to combat the immense power of the orange and black, I added this green and purple. The green, purple, and orange alternate in the center with the black, symbolizing the blur between the living, the colors, and the dead, the black. Don't take that into a retro context, please. The stripes are slanted to symbolize a tall bonfire, and the brown oval at the bottom, which 1 acts as the base of the bonfire, and 2 symbolizes a potato for the potato famine. In said potato, I added a Roman eagle and an American star because those two nations, along with the potato famine, were pretty important for the spread of Halloween across the globe, which conveniently is the base of the fire, stating that the holiday spread like a wildfire. Lastly, we have the ghost, which is wrapped around the slanted stripes or the bonfire to symbolize, well, the point of the bonfire, which is to keep the ghosts away. And the eyes of the ghost are some Celtic symbol, which I have no idea what it means and what it is, but it's supposed to symbolize the orange, but it is supposed to symbolize the origin of the holiday, which is from the Celtic. That's about it. If you want to see more custom flags, check out this fan flag I made. Thank you so much for watching, and happy Halloween. Also, stay safe out there.